For centuries prior to 550 BC, imperial power was defined by vertical dominance. Kings built massive, oppressive citadels with high walls to physically loom over their subjects, projecting raw intimidation. Then, Cyrus the Great unified the Medes and Persians to form the Achaemenid Empire, the first vast multicultural state in Western Asia. This expansion created a new political challenge. Cyrus needed to project authority in stone, but his governing philosophy was rooted in religious tolerance and the integration of diverse cultures. To reflect this, Cyrus chose the Murga Plain in Fars, an empty, high-altitude valley, as the site for an entirely new kind of capital. He discarded the traditional architecture of fear. In its place, he designed Pasargadae, an open, unfortified garden capital. Rather than a dense urban center, the layout of Pasargadae mirrored a permanent royal encampment, with structures set at great distances from one another. The design relied on spatial restraint. Cyrus communicated his power through isolated, majestic palaces set within vast stretches of irrigated parkland. The absence of massive defensive walls served as a demonstration of power. It signaled a king who felt secure enough in his rule to live without barricading himself against his own subjects. To build this capital, Cyrus recruited master craftsmen and adopted architectural styles from the specific territories he had conquered. At the palace entrance, known as Gate R, we find the Guardian of the Four Wings, a relief carving that maps this cultural fusion. The figure wears an Elamite royal robe, carries 4 Assyrian-style wings, and is topped with an Egyptian hem-hem crown. Binding these eclectic styles into a single structure required abandoning the traditional mud and mortar of the region for precision dry masonry. Engineers achieved this by locking massive white limestone blocks together from the inside, using hidden metal dovetail staples to secure the joints. By joining international aesthetics with internal engineering, Pasargadae created a unified Persian identity that was entirely new. Surrounding the palaces was the Chahar Bagh, or Four Gardens, a highly organized, irrigated parkland. The Persians called this walled enclosure a paradisa, the root of our word paradise. It was designed to bring geometric order to the natural world. As this map shows, flush stone water conduits divided the central garden into 4 distinct quadrants. The layout required exact hydraulic maintenance. Limestone channels were punctuated by deep square basins every 13 meters, designed to trap sediment and keep the water flowing. This flat, rigid geometric control stood in contrast to earlier Neo-Assyrian gardens, which were often built on hillsides to mimic irregular mountain terrain. The paradisa signaled a specific form of authority, the ability to impose harmonious, life-giving order on a landscape defined by its aridity and chaos. Pasargadae provided the architectural DNA for Western Asian design for the next 2 centuries. Later kings, like Darius, took the blueprint of open, columned palaces and scaled it into the monumental ceremonial capital of Persepolis. The theme of multicultural unity seen in the Winged Guardian eventually evolved into the processional reliefs at Persepolis, where diverse subjects are shown bringing tribute. The geometric paradisa layout also spread far beyond the empire, eventually defining garden design from Islamic Spain to Mughal India. Pasargadae was the origin point for a cultural language that outlasted the Achaemenid Empire itself. At the southern edge of this plain stands the solitary tomb of Cyrus. The structure is architecturally modest, a simple gabled chamber resting on a 6-tiered limestone plinth. At just 11 meters tall, it eschews the towering scale of the pyramids and ziggurats built by other ancient kings. The precision of those unmortared stone joints has allowed the structure to survive the armies of Alexander the Great and 2.5 millennia of earthquakes. Pasargadae remains a physical testament to Cyrus's vision. It suggests that a foundation built on cultural synthesis and majestic simplicity can leave a more enduring mark than one built on the architecture of fear.